Peace, beloved brother Gano. I have to leave you this message. Yesterday was December 16th, and that was a year ago before my life could have been gone from this planet. And it was saved by your stones that you gave me. You gave me a lapis and a turquoise stone. When my father went to stab me in my chest, the first time I was able to, with my quick hands, to get it away. But when he went for me the second time, if it wasn't for the butcher knife sliding off that stone, I would have been in big trouble. So I give thanks to your kindness, to your care, that I'm still here in the astral plane. I forget how many years ago it was. I believe it was 2011, 2010, 2011, around that time. We were both in the astral plane, of course, and you were giving classes. We were both giving flying classes. But the people who went with you, all of you guys your clothing turned into white clothing, from head wraps to the big gowns, white pants. Everybody was just in white clothing, whether they were flowing garbs or fitted garbs. Everybody was in white. And the people who went with me, they just, stayed in regular clothing. So I knew for a long time you were very, very, I don't even know if special is a word for you, beloved, but I give thanks to the ancestors for your energy, for coming back to this plane to help us out, to help us to live a better life. And I thank you for being a very important, very positive fixture in my life. And may the ancestors always keep me close to you. I love everything that is of you, everything that is around you. And please, 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 help me and stay with me, my brother, because I need you at this moment. And if anything I can do for you ever, never hesitate, and I will never tell you no. I love you, beloved. Mwah.
Hey, Gano, what's going on? This is Jason Eatman. I want to thank you again for all the gifts that you've been sending me on top of my order. I'm calling you about the golden gun that I received from you. When I first received it and I opened up the package, it blew my mind because I've known I had seen this bill note before but couldn't recall it. So what I ended up doing was going on your site and looking for it. And when I couldn't find it, I was just sitting there and I was thinking about it, trying to figure out where I've seen this note for. I went through all your videos trying to find the note again. I didn't find it. But when I sat there and really thought about it, it dawned on me that the fact that I knew it was a dream that I seen it, and you were holding the golden gun, and I was actually sitting in class. It was actually one of your classes that I was sitting in my dream, and you were going over the golden gun, and I seen the golden gun before, and you just confirmed it, the fact that you never put it on your site yet. And that's how I know. I just can't quite recall the whole thing, but I just remember sitting around people. You were there. We were all talking about it. And I do believe you all received one. So it's just, wow, that's my first real testimony that I could give. And, it's been one of those things, too, where I've been waiting to be able to have my own testimony. It's awesome. It's mind-blowing. Thank you again, Ashe. I appreciate everything you're doing. Peace, Gano. Happy Thursday.
Good morning, Gano. This is Aurora. I'm calling to share yet another dream that I had on Monday night. Before I went to sleep on Monday night, I earnestly prayed about removing some inner sadness that I have been experiencing that has been causing me not to want to wake up as early as I would normally wake up and start, my day, my exercise routine, my work schedule. I have been really struggling and feeling some deep, deep, deep inner sadness. So I prayed to have the inner sadness removed and to return back to a schedule that makes me feel well. So I went to sleep after that. And I traveled somewhere. I was in a room. The room was dark. I was in a bed. My daughter was there. I was there. And you came there. And how I noticed that you were there, I saw a light under the door. The door was closed, but I saw the light. And I got up to see what was going on as to why the light was shining so brightly to the point where it woke me up out of a sleep, wherever I was sleeping. And you suddenly appeared at the door. And I was about to ask you what was going on, and you motioned to me, you put your finger over your mouth to motion to me, not to say anything. And you said, okay, look. And you opened the door, and there was a tray. And the tray had, a meal on it. So I felt like, well, I must be in a hotel. The tray had a meal on it, it had a beverage on it, and I'm thinking that it was coffee because that's what I drink. And you showed me that the tray was under the door. And you said, see, it's very early in the morning. You have to wake up very early in the morning to get there. And you brought the tray over to me, and I looked at the tray and everything, and I started, I had some of the beverage and all that stuff like that. And then suddenly there were other people in the room. And they were all waking up, but the lights were now on. They were all waking up, and the lights were now on. And two Asian women came into the room, and it looked like they were housekeeping. They were helping people get up, and they were helping people make the beds and everything. So now everybody is ready, and we're going to a place. And every place, the place that we're going up this beautiful staircase. It's like a circular. And we're going up, and you're holding my hand. You said, you're not allowing me to initiate you. You're not accepting. You're not allowing, this thing to happen the way it's supposed to happen. For the reason why we're all here. You're not understanding what I've been trying to tell you. And I said to you, I know that I'm having a block. That there's a block. There's something going on. And then I woke up. Now, when I woke up, whatever I drank in the dream, and I think it was coffee, burned the roof of my mouth. And when I woke up, the roof of my mouth is severely burnt, okay? And I have not had coffee this whole week thus far. Today was the first day that I had a little bit of tea, and the roof of my mouth started to not feel so burnt. But the reason why this is so deep for me is because once when I fell into a very deep depression, the spirit, told me, I had to get up and I had to walk someplace. I had to get up and I had to walk someplace. And I kept saying, well, where am I getting up to walk to? Where am I getting up to walk to? The spirit said, you're going to get up and you're going to walk to the top of your neighborhood and you're going to go to the coffee shop. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to the coffee shop. I like coffee. I don't have a problem. So I said, okay, I'm going to go take this walk and I'm going to get this coffee. So I get up, I threw some clothes on. I'm looking crazy because I'm manically depressed. It was horrific. I get outside, I start walking to the top of the neighborhood, and the spirit said to me, now start telling me what you're grateful for. Now, in my reluctance, I'm saying, I'm grateful for the grass, I'm grateful for the squirrels, I'm grateful for the trees, and I'm really not feeling what I was saying because I was so miserable and depressed. I get into the coffee shop, and the lady who owned the place, I knew the lady, and she was very nice, and she greeted me, and she said, I'm so happy to see you, and, she gave me a nice cup of coffee, and I get outside, and I start sipping on this coffee, and the spirit says, now look around. And as I'm walking back, the very same walk, the very same way that I got to the coffee shop, I'm walking that same path to get back to the house, suddenly I see that there is more grass. There are more squirrels. There are more trees. And I said, wow. I just said I was grateful for those things, and I'm seeing that they have multiplied. And the Spirit said, whatever you're grateful for will multiply in your life. And I said, wow, So every day I was commissioned to take this walk. And every day I started saying, what I was grateful for. And I started to see these things manifest in my life. So I grew to, the coffee became a crutch for me. And everything that I was going through that I felt was at first, my first thought and instinct was, I had to have this coffee. And I would go to sleep dreaming about waking up to have this coffee. The coffee has been a crutch in my life. And so to have the roof of my mouth burnt, I'm saying to God, I can't drink the coffee. Like, what is going on? And the message to me was that I no longer need that crutch. That the things that have been ailing me, I'm delivered. And I need to accept that I am delivered and stop trying to go back, feeling the emotion of things that occurred in my life, that is done, it is over, it is in the past. So I want to thank you once again, Gano, first of all, I know that you are spiritual, and the word says that only he that is spiritual can restore such a one. And I just want to give this testimony that I haven't even had the caffeine headache from withdrawal that you would get when you stop doing these things. So thank you so much once again, Gano. Thank you.